Ice Move here, and this is the first true Global Sync celebration. I'm really not gonna count worldwide just because that one's always synced, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, these are the details of Vegeta and when he drops. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, when this guy drops, 10:3, 12 a.m. CDT. Also, if you go to Dokkan info, it's right there. That's exactly where it was. I clicked on him, and then it says right here. So 10:3, 12 a.m. CDT. Now, Namek Saga, Gifted Warrior, and I believe that's Inhuman Deeds. Category 3 Key, Tech and Defense is 170, and then Dragon Ball Seekers and Pure Sand get the extra 30%. Um, he stacks defense and attack, but defense is only 20%. Well, he does stack 50% attack, which is pretty good. So when there's only one enemy at the start of the turn, the appearance animation gets activated, and then your key is up by 3, and you get attack and defense plus 180% during battle. Now again, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet here just because it's late, and I wanted to get this video out just to, just to allow it to sit out there and marinate. But you get attack and defense plus 50% for a key sphere obtained up to 500%, so 10 key spheres, you get maximum power basically there. You randomly change any orb except for AGL into rainbow, and obtaining a rainbow orb, or not a rainbow, a AGL orb, or 5 or more orbs, you get damage reduction by 30% and 18% evasion. When attacking, dodge increases by 30%, damage reduction increases by 18% and if HP is 50% or more. Super attack is guaranteed, so guaranteed additional super. If HP is 50% or below at the start, oh my goodness, I can't talk right now. If HP is 50% or below at the end of turn, defense will increase by 50% from the next turn onwards, and there is a high chance to crit, so a 50% chance to crit. If you super attack 5 or more times during battle at the start of your next attacking turn, all key orbs will be transformed into AGL, and after that, one of the key orbs of a different type will be transformed into AGL at random, so just random AGL orb changing. Now, again, I guess this isn't again, but if you have to think about it, this guy is not a must summon. So, I suggest, especially global players, to save stones, especially on characters like this. Like, he's not somebody that's necessary, and he's not going to help you a whole bunch of places. If you really like this Vegeta, then obviously you should summon for him if you really like him. But for most people, I'd say this is a skip, especially on global. We just had so many banners, and 10th anniversary comes up real quick here, so please, should you summon on this guy? No, I think you should skip this for sure. And of course he raises attack by a lot, deals a lot of damage, and then increases his own attack. And then you have to do 4 supers. So he has additionals built in, so it's not terrible, but he's a good unit. He's just not super uber crazy. So just keep that in mind. Again, I would skip this. So do with that what you will. Now, Kui, cool unit. I'm glad that he's in the game now as like a actual playable character, like I mean, a TUR instead of just like an SR or something trash. But he gets 50% attack and defense for one turn. I don't know. It's a greatly raise. I don't know why the translations are weird, but so 50% raise for attack and defense. Increase zone key by 3. Attack and defense plus 50%. High chance of dodging, and if HP is 50% or below when attacking, chance of dodging increases by 20%, so 70% chance when your HP is below 50%. When attacking, attack and defense are increased by 150, dodge is increased by 20, and if the enemy is in a state of reduced attack or defense, there's an extremely high chance of an additional super. I don't know what an extremely high chance is. I think that's a great chance, so 70%. But you can also get up to a 90% chance to dodge, which is pretty good, but you do need a decent amount. You do have to be below 70% or 50% HP to get 70% dodge after he supers. And it's 90 if you're actually it's 90% if you're under below 50%. Otherwise it's 70%. Now, if HP is 50% or below at the start of turn, it looks like you guaranteed dodge and guaranteed crit, which is pretty decent. But a lot of times you're not under 50%. You usually just get one shot by the boss. So that's not a huge thing, but it is cool, I guess, if you are. And then when there's a planet nemesis ally in the same turn, other than yourself, you get a scouter at the next turn. I believe that's, yeah, that's what it is. He's not on a lot of teams. He's on Planet Namek, Conquest Terrorist, Base Traveling Warriors. He's not like crazy insane, but he can be good. If you give him full dodge, just make sure he never gets hit. This guy could be pretty good. So we did also get our Super EZA, which is this guy. He's actually pretty decent, what I've seen. Um, it is cool to know that we're getting a Super EZA right away. And this doesn't change, of course. You get 30% for 3 turns defense. Increase 3 by key and attack by 150. Attack plus 300%. Defense at 150 when super attack. So for 5 turns, he has 50% damage reduction. And then from the 5th turn afterwards, it goes down by 10% up to 30%. So he has. Okay, so now we'll go over to this. So when in slot 1, you get 150% defense and increased damage reduction by 30%. So in slot 1, from turn 1 through 5, if he starts turn 1, he has 80% damage reduction in slot 1, which is pretty good. He's going to be pretty good defensively then, I would say. But again, it does go down, and you have to be in slot 1 to get all the way up. Otherwise, it's just the 50%. But when you're in second or third slot, you get attack and defense plus 150 when you're supering. And if HP is 50% or more when attacking, you always get an additional super attack. If HP is below 50% when attacking, crits are guaranteed. And attacks are highly effective against all attributes when attacking extreme class enemies. So basically, if you're below 50%, it's a super class enemy, it's a crit. If it's extreme class, it's a super effective. So he's going to be doing pretty decent damage. And when there's a Pure Saiyan category enemy, you get 12 key and attack plus 150. So he's doing pretty solid. Not the craziest unit, but he can definitely put in the work. He can put in the work a little bit. Now, I don't believe it says here when he comes out, but he's on a lot of good teams. I'm hoping for the 10th anniversary to be Planet Namek Saga just because, you know, I really want a Super Saiyan Goku. In the end, sorry, I'm a little sick too, so I might sound a little nasally, but please bear with me. If you enjoy the content though, please do leave a like, drop a sub to the channel, I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot, and it lets me know that you like watching the content. So, leader skill doesn't really matter, 160 it doesn't matter. He does greatly stack now, which I don't remember if he was greatly stacking before. He was, okay. So, I swear he didn't. So, Technivis 150. Always perform additional attacks and have a high chance of triggering an additional. Okay, so that's a guaranteed additional with a high chance of being a super. For the first 3 turns, attack and defense are increased by 150. If there's another Namekian category on the team, attack and defense are increased by 150%. And the lower HP remaining, the higher damage reduction rate. Oh, so 30 to 77. This is one of those ones where I feel like it should be the opposite. Higher HP, higher damage reduction rate, just because you're going to mostly be at the higher HP and just get one shot. When a character is with Piccolo in their name, it's on the team. All allies get 2 key, and attack and defense are increased by 50%, so that's good to use a 2 key. Attack and defense, 50% support. That's pretty good. If there's a Piccolo, which if you're running this guy, you're probably running him with a Piccolo anyways. This is... I don't remember what this is called. That's Wicked Bloodline. In Namek Saga, you get a guaranteed additional. And a guaranteed crit. Okay. So, 4 supers, greatly stacking. Cold Judgment. I mean, this guy doesn't seem like he's gonna be, like, insane. He's probably gonna be decent, but he's not gonna be insane. Not on many categories, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but it is Nail. I do kind of want a new Nail, I'm not gonna lie, with updated animations. He could have fire animations. He could. Now this Goku is not translated. Why is it not translated? Um, I don't know why it's not translated. Okay, that's strange. But he's the same leader skill pretty much. Tech, that's a massive raise. Yep. Increase key by 3, attacking defense plus 200%. Survive a KO attack 1 turn, which means he can't get killed on 1 hit. It always is going to take another hit to kill him. Every time. So, if you take like a million, 1.2 million damage, but it's the last hit, you're gonna survive with 1 HP. That's just how it works. And it's actually can be solid if he's only getting hit like once or twice. You can pretty much never die with him. He won't be the one to kill you. If he's in slot 3 and you're only getting hit like twice and the first one isn't the one that is gonna kill you, you can't lose in that turn. So that is pretty cool. So if HP is below 59% when attacked, attack and defense are increased by 200% from that turn onwards, and attacks are super effective against all types. If HP is below 20% when attacked, you guaranteed dodge, and from that turn onwards, attack and defense are increased by 100%, and you get a guaranteed additional super. If HP is 20% or below at the end of turn, you recover HP by 59% once. So he seems like a little gimmick character. Like he's not like OP, but he's not trash either. Like he has his uses. He's probably just a fun little character to use, I'm not gonna lie. So I can appreciate this, especially from like a side banner unit. He's pretty solid. Again, he's a little bit of a gimmick character, but sometimes gimmick characters are fun to have on these teams, so I can appreciate this for sure. Anyways, let me know what you think about these EZAs in the celebration. We also have this, which is unlimited attempts on these red zone stages and the blue zone stages. I can appreciate this. I'm a fan. I don't see the newest one here. I wonder why that is. But these all stages are unlimited, so you can do this as much as you want now, which is kind of cool. I really appreciate that. But again, skip this guy if you can. If you really want him, then summon. But otherwise, I would say skip him. He's a cool unit, but he's just not a must-have right now. Anyways, again, if you like the content, please leave a like, drop a sub to the channel. Then I'm out.